Well, the People's Democratic Party says it's making concerted efforts to bring back former governor of Anambra State and Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi into its fold. The Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the party, Ibrahim Abdullahi, made the confirmation recently. He described Mr. Obi as a valuable political asset capable of boosting the party's electoral chances if reunited with the platform. Let's bring in TVC News on air for more on this development. I'm wondering what you see tonight through your crystal ball, whether or not Peter Obi will be back to the umbrella.
It will be quite difficult to give a straightforward answer, but we'll just have a conversation, and maybe at the end, I'll bring back the question to you to answer. Okay, so let's begin by still considering what the Deputy National Publicity Secretary said. He was emphatic. Yes, he is our product, referring to Mr. Peter Obi. He is our product. We want to get him back inside. Indeed, he is a very great capital. If you read the entire text, you will find out that he also referred to the outcome of the 2023 election, where Mr. Peter Obi had over 6 million votes on the platform of the Labour Party. But let's go a bit further. What we are going to consider is just in three parts. What will PDP gain in case Mr. Peter Obi decides to go back to the PDP? Will Peter Obi respond to that call to return to the party? And finally, what level of chances does he have in PDP if he decides to go back to the party? So let's begin with what will the PDP gain. PDP is in a desperate need for to regain relevance after years of, so to say, turmoil, after years of rough history. Since 2015 that he left office, he lost the presidency. PDP has not really found its feet again as one of the largest party in Africa. In fact, at the point in time, it was said to be the largest party on the continent. But since 2015, it has been struggling. But up to date, the PDP still has national structure all across the country. There's no doubt about that. Nobody can debate that successfully. Now, PDP believes there is a guarantee of 6 million votes if it has Peter Obi on the platform of the party as a presidential candidate. So there's that thought of, okay, let's bring this man in and we are likely going to get this number of votes. The party also believes that it needs a national face, someone who has national face. Yes, it has the spread, but maybe lacking the national face at the moment, considering what has been going on with the exit or purported exit, in as much as he has not confirmed it, of the former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar from the PDP, and the not decided position of the former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. Right now, the PDP needs a face that will be accepted everywhere. Now, second consideration, will Peter Obi be ready to return to the PDP? It will depend on a number of factors. Number one of the factors is, who are the people behind the call? Yes, we hear, according to the Deputy National Publicity Secretary, that they want Peter Obi back in its fold. Yes, we hear that, yes. But who are those behind the call? Is it just a few individuals or the kingmakers themselves? Are they the ones behind it? Now, very interesting consideration will be, is his presidential ticket guaranteed? Because whatever you give to Peter Obi without the presidential ticket will not be acceptable. But Peter Obi is not used to running in the primaries. So if you organize primary, Peter Obi may not be interested in running in the primary. He will prefer an arrangement that is concluded and sorted, that he comes in and gets the presidential ticket of the party. I said that he is not used to running in the primary because he has never contested in the primary before. I'll take you down memory lane or history. In 2003, Peter Obi came in as a substitute. He was substituted for the then governorship candidate of APGA in Anambra State, Mr. Okenwosu. His first attempt was on the platform of APP, which later became AMPP. It wasn't formal, yes. Then the idea of APGA was sold to him. He went with it and then was used to substitute the already emerged candidate, Okenwosu. If you remember, Okenwosu was the national chairman of ADC, the party that is being used for the merger now, that handed the leadership of the party to the group that are coming together. Now, in 2010, he was the governor by then. Don't worry about the gap between 2003 and 2010. Remember, he contested the election in 2003, but was not sworn in because the matter was in court until 2006. So that's why the gap between 2003 and 2010. So by 2010, he was the governor, so he had automatic chance of coming back. So there was no primary. Now, in 2023, remember that a few months to the primaries being concluded, he was still a member of the PDP until he sorted and got the arrangement with Professor Pat Utomi to join the Labour Party and was made the presidential candidate. So in all the elections that Mr. Peter Obi had already contested in, he didn't participate in the primaries. So we can safely conclude that he may not be comfortable going into the primaries. So one of the conditions that will be very, very vital to make him buy the idea of going back to the PDP is, will the ticket be guaranteed? Is it sorted and, secure for him? Now, does he really stand a chance? First, PDP, unlike the Labour Party, has a structure, massive presence all across the country. Yes, the party is going through turmoil, going through difficulty and all of that, but the membership of the party is still on the ground in various local governments, in all the local governments of Nigeria, just unlike the Labour Party that he used in 2023. Now, very important consideration. The obedient movement must be made to trust that process before he could be said to stand a reasonable chance. If the obedient movement is not made to trust that process, he will not be said to stand any reasonable chance. So that is a vital consideration to make at that point. Now, there will be a northern concern. There will be a northern concern and agitation if he would become the candidate. Why should that be? It should be because already there is an incumbent who is from the south, and the north is already feeling that it is their turn. The south, by 2027, the south will have held Nigeria's presidency for 17 years, whereas the north has held it for 10 years. So that concern is there. But it's more understandable when there is an incumbent president who is going for a second term than to bring in somebody fresh to come and start a possible 8-year tenure afresh. So that's a big challenge that he will have to deal with. Therefore, he must secure a broad acceptance of his single-term promise. He had already promised that he's going to do a single term, but trusting a politician at that point, well, I won't want to say more on that, but I do not think it's something that is safe to do. Then, finally, all things being equal, Mr. Nyesom Wike will be a very big factor to consider. What is his position? But if you ask me, I will think that Mr. Nyesom Wike will be comfortable to have a candidate, whether it is Mr. Peter Obi or not, a candidate that can take the party forward, move the party forward, secure some states, win some National Assembly seats, and then wait for whatever that will happen at the presidential election. Winning the presidential election is not likely to be for the PDP, it's not likely to be the interest of Mr. Wike, who has a job with the APC federal government. So he will want to protect his job first of all, before thinking of anything. So put all of this together. Nifemi, I'm coming back to you with that question. You have listened to all of this. What do you think?
Well, I think that Atiku Abubakar has now officially resigned from the PDP. We don't know whether or not he's joined the ADC officially. It will matter what the chances are for Peter Obi in the coalition group for him to decide whether to consider the
well, all of us know. I mean, if Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is in the coalition in the ADC, the chances of Mr. Peter Obi being the presidential candidate is 10%.
Interesting days ahead. They say never say never because you never can tell. But that's a fantastic analysis. Uzana Onoye, thank you so much.
My pleasure.